All right, today we're going to dive into a really powerful modern myth, one that kind of channels the ghost of Nietzsche to ask a very difficult question about what we're all capable of. This is the story of the Overman and the Eater.
So let's just start with the question that frames this entire story. What's the real cost of absolute safety? In our quest to eliminate every single risk, to smooth out every sharp edge from our lives, what essential part of ourselves are we actually trading away?
Well, according to this myth, the cost is our humanity itself. The people in our story, they've forgotten how to bleed or cry, and in doing that, they've forgotten how to truly live. Their story begins in a place we'll call the Kingdom of Brittle Safety.
Our story kicks off in the Kingdom of Porcelain Towers, a society that thinks it has achieved perfect safety. But what they've really built is a world without sharp edges, and because of that, it's a world that's lost all its contrast, all its definition, and ultimately, all of its strength.
So life here is completely predictable. It's not governed by passion or spirit, but by the cold, relentless tick of a mechanical heart. The people live in this constant, trembling dread of the unknown world just beyond their walls. And yeah, their sunlit plazas are clean, but they're also totally sterile, suffocating spaces where nothing real, nothing vibrant can ever grow.
And this just lays bare the tragic bargain they've made. They thought they were getting a life without pain, but what they really got was a fragile imitation of life. They've made themselves so brittle that the first touch of a real challenge, well, it would shatter them completely.
So what is that challenge? What is it they're so afraid of? Well, beyond their walls lurks the very thing they fear most. It's the absolute opposite of their sterile world, the beast they call the eater of raw flesh.
But here's the thing, this eater isn't just some random monster in the woods. For anyone familiar with Nietzsche, you'll recognize this immediately. This is Dionysus in his most primal, untamed form. It's a symbol for everything we try to push down. Our chaos, our raw drives, our capacity for both cruelty and passion. It's the wild, unrefined energy of life itself.
And this gets to a really crucial Nietzschean idea. The citizens, they try to wall off the predator, thinking it'll make them safe. But they completely fail to see that the same energy that fuels the predator is what fuels the creator. In their attempt to kill the beast outside, they are starving the artist within. So if hiding isn't the answer, and just being consumed by chaos isn't the answer either, what is? Well, the story gives us a third option, becoming the bridge to the Overman, a new kind of human who can actually stand between the sterile kingdom and the wild woods. The Overman's path is this incredible three-step process of integration. First, and this is huge, he acknowledges that the beast isn't some monster out there, it's an internal part of his own power. Second, he doesn't fight it, he invites it in to the table of the soul, and uses his own suffering as a feast to nourish it. And finally, he transforms that raw hunger into the very combustible fuel he needs for his own evolution. And right here, you see the Overman's true purpose. He doesn't reject his animal hunger, and he doesn't let it run his life. Instead, he stands as a bridge, mastering that primal energy to forge his own morality, a brand new set of values written by his own hand. Okay, to take this idea even deeper, the myth gives us another incredible metaphor, the obsidian sea. And this sea represents the terrifying, beautiful, chaotic nature of existence itself. So the difference here is absolutely fundamental. The eater is the what of existence. It's the raw, chaotic, untamed stuff of life. But the Overman, he is the how. He's the architect who takes that same dark, terrifying material and willfully forges meaning out of it. You see, for the people back in the Porcelain Kingdom, that sea is just a threat. It's something to be feared and avoided. But for the Overman, it's the only path forward. He doesn't pray for calm waters, no. He learns to harness the storm, using the very chaos of the eater to push his ship toward a destination of his own choosing. And this is the ultimate symbiotic relationship. The Overman needs the eater. Think about it. Greatness isn't born from comfort and safety. It's forged in struggle. It's forged on the climb. Without that mountain to climb, without the raw, savage energy of the eater pushing back against him, the Overman has no way to become who he truly is.
So the whole myth leads up to this one final, really powerful image. The conflict between the kingdom and the wilderness, between man and beast, doesn't end in a bloody battle to the death. It's resolved in a dance.
Now in this dance, you have to understand, the eater is the gravity.
It's the undeniable weight of reality, of suffering, of struggle, of knowing we're mortal. It's the force that anchors everything to the harsh, solid ground.
And the Overman? He provides the dance. The dance is that joyful yes to life, in spite of all that weight. It's the ability to be light, to create, to find joy, not by ignoring the heaviness of the world, but by learning to move with it, gracefully and powerfully.
So get this, the very thing the citizens were so terrified of, the raw, chaotic reality of life, it turns out not to be a curse. For the Overman, it's a sacred feast. It provides the very nourishment he needs for a life of meaning and creation. To live fully isn't to hide from reality, it's to consume it.
And so the myth leaves us with this final, really provocative thought, that the savage bite of reality is also the kiss that awakens us to life. So the question becomes, are you willing to leave your own porcelain tower and accept it?